Right, so I've decided I'd put the aerial in. I've taken the L9R out of my other plane. So I figure I'm going to try and get this as close to finish as possible. So I thought I'll mount everything on the top here since there's not a huge amount of room. Really done a bad aerial anyway. They get you some fairly decent distance, so it'll do me to start with. So I've hot glued the receiver on the top there. I've got my S-bus cable running in the back and aerial mounted at the front there. I've cut out a notch for the camera. I haven't got a camera just yet, but I'm looking at getting another Runcam for that. What I'm about to do now, I'm going to just put a battery strap in. I've got a battery strap, an iFlight battery strap, which I'm just going to hot glue it down into here. And I've decided I'm not even use this. I've got an old Parrot Disco battery, which I had when I had a Parrot Disco. I'm gonna run this because I didn't realise that these batteries are a lithium-ion battery as well, so they've got pretty good flight time. It's a 3-cell. I really want a 4-cell to run in it, but well, this is a 2700 milliamp battery, lithium-ion battery. I always thought this was a lipo battery, but it's not. And it actually fits quite well in here. This battery, it should give it some okay flight time, I'm thinking, if I can get it going. But what I want to do anyway, I'm going to use this as a bit of a guide to start with, but I'm looking at getting a Zeta OHD 3500 battery pack, lithium ion battery pack to run in here. That'll give it better time anyway. This is just about a finished build now. All we've got to do is mount the camera, obviously, which is going into here. So the camera I'm putting in it is a Runcam Hybrid. It's a dual camera, so it can be used for FPV, and you can record on it as well in 4K, which is quite remarkable for the small board that it's got here. It's just a 30 by 30 board, I believe is the dimensions, or 25 by 25, but it's a small board. It's smaller than the Runcam split board, but it comes with one high definition camera and an FPV camera. So they say it's a low latency camera, the FPV, which I think is the top one. I'm imagining it's the top one, and the recording one is at the bottom. I've cut the end off the wires, and I'm going to mount going to install a plug which will go into the back of will go into the port on the Furious FPV F35 flight controller. So I bought a spare bag of these connectors when I got the Furious FPV, only because of the connectors that plug into the flight controller are a little bit unique. This is a good one here. I might use this. They're unique to the flight controller anyway. I think we'll use that one. So we just need the red, yellow and black. I'll get rid of the white. Take that one out of there. And the thing with all these connectors, with the F35 flight controller, all the plugs and wires match. So it doesn't matter whether it's the camera, the VTX, the GPS, the receiver even. They all have 4 wires, and they're all color coded in the exact same orientation, so you can use any wire. Alright, so we've stripped back these wires and solder this section here onto the wiring harness that came with the Runcam. I prefer my flight footages to be recorded at 1080 60 frames, personal reasons, that's all. Plus it's easier on my computer. I don't really have the most powerful high-tech computer at the moment for processing videos. Something I need to upgrade. Alright, so just at my messy bench, I bought one of these a while back. It's a brilliant little soldering iron, a TS100. You can get them on at Banggood or anywhere off eBay. They have a temperature range up to 400 degrees. They're excellent. Very many tips you can get for them. They cost about, I think it's about 70 Australian dollars I paid for it. So it doesn't come with the electric plug though, so that's something you got to buy afterwards. But it's all digital controlled, and it doesn't take long to heat up. So I'll get that up to around 350. I like it. So you can set it up to 400 is maximum, but I'll set it to 350. So I'll put a bit of heat shrink on these. Start with the yellow one first. Next we'll go into the red, repeat the process. And there we go, harness complete. Okay, my wiring harness is all good and my orientation of my colours are all correct according to the flight controller. So there's not going to be any sparks and smoke. So next step is a little PC board. So I've got I've got my SD card slot here, so I'm thinking, because I want to put as big a battery in it as I can, I might mount it on the side here. That way I can access the card here. I'm not going to be able to get to these two down here too easy, which is your record. But I don't know if that's going to matter too much. But that's where I want to mount it anyway, and then the camera just at the front there like that. What I might do, I'll give the camera a test run at the moment. I'll plug it into the flight controller and power up the Z84. Well, it's got power, it's a good sign. And we've got picture. Alright, so I've got 4 holes just in here for my little standoffs. I'm going to just hot glue each one of them in. Okay, so they're stuck in there. I've got one a bit crooked by the look, but hopefully that's not going to matter too much. But yeah, there's my standoffs. Okay, so let's glue this down. Put a base of hot glue down at the back here first. Alright, so I've put a base down, that's hardened up there now. I'm going to stick a bit more glue around the sides here, just to keep it in place. It shouldn't move. That's mounted well now, that's solid, with my SD card up the top. I've run the wiring down under here. I want to get some magnets and use magnets for the canopy, something I haven't got yet. So my wiring's running just over the top of the ESC. I've hot glued that section there, and this part here I'm just leaving free just to tuck in there. It's a bit of a bird's nest in there, but that's how sometimes it is. Okay, so the wing's complete. We've got VTX sorted out there, airspeed sensor here. The Runcam's still drying, but it's got glue all around it now. It's fairly solid where it is. Hopefully we don't have too many front end impacts, but anyway, that's how it goes with these things. The wiring's bird's nest at the back is still a bird's nest, but that's how it's going to be. I've booted it up and she runs. I've got VTX, I've got OSD, GPS lock I haven't tested yet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've just got to get some magnets to hold this canopy down. That's something I'll look at doing next. And the battery, I've got a lithium ion battery, 3500 milliamp coming. That's a Zeta HD. That battery is going to fit beautifully in there. I might even be able to go a bit longer. I'll probably even, depending on the flight time I get out of the Zod battery, if I'm satisfied with it, I'll probably put a like a bulkhead here just to protect the back of the Runcam, maybe support it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So she's ready to go. Alright, it's a windy day today, but I'm going to give this a test. The Z84 wing, everything should be pretty right to go and fly this now. I'm just going to boot it all up, let it get some satellites and just check the motor's running the right way and everything's set up if I was to fly. So what we'll do is,
welcome to OpenTX.
Turn this on and we'll get
angle mode.
Get the right plane set up on here.
Unarmed angle mode.
Okay.
Return to home activated.
Okay, that's all good. Right, we'll boot it up and let it get some satellites, and then we'll check the OSD. Okay, so that's all booting up at the moment. I'll just give that a few moments. Turn on the goggles and see what we've got in here. Alright, everything looks pretty good with the OSD. We've got 5 satellites at the moment at the top. I'm going to try and... That's letting us know we can fly, so we're right to go. Need more cut out of the top here. It's a very tight fit. I still haven't got magnets to put the canopy down properly. But all I want to do is just see if everything's up and going with its... Alright, so that's pretty good. I found out the prop was around the wrong way. I switched my motor wires. The motor was also spinning the wrong direction, so I switched the 2 wires around to make that go the right way, and my prop seemed weak, but that was because I had my prop on backwards. Backwards. So I've flipped that around. It's got some power now when you give it some sting. That's all good. I was getting up to 15 satellites, but I'm going to try and unlock the Galileo satellites, since I'm not sure if I can with this Furious FPV GPS though. But yeah, I was getting up to 15. I wouldn't mind a few more than that. I had it sitting out here for probably 30 minutes, I guess, all in total. Double check my ailerons when it's in stabilized mode to make sure that they're going to be moving the right way. I haven't done that yet, so I need to do that. And that's pretty much it. I'm sure that's pretty much it. I've got LEDs still to hook up, but that's not a problem. Got to put an SD card in here. Yeah, other than that, it's ready to go. Looking forward to it. Awesome.